Uh, Welcome everybody. It's a special position to be the show starter of the showstopper session of any event. So, welcome to this last and final session of pitches. I am Dr. Aseem Mishra and I am the founder CEO of Prantya Solutions. We are a medical device diagnostic company based out of Bhubaneswar, Odisha. We just completed 9 years of our existence, and all the while we have focused extensively on developing the platform technologies necessary to develop the next generation of diagnostics. Our vision is very simple. Let's redesign the way global healthcare is currently exists by improving the accessibility. Okay, because accessibility to healthcare is a universal right, and that's where the healthcare system of India or any other country falters. And of course, the mission statements are in line with what we want to achieve. The company was started in 2015 by Sumona and me, and currently for over the last 6-7 years, we have a steadfast team of about 13 members, mostly from the engineering background, but cleanly supplemented by a business team as well. Our core capability as a company lies in our ability to make nanosensors, especially towards biosensing. And since we are a product company, just developing a sensor doesn't meet the goal. Okay, so you need to develop it as a product, and for that what you need is to have capabilities in industrial design, electronics and optics, as most of our sensing systems are optical based. And of course, you can't do anything these days without a software and a smartphone, so we also have core capabilities in UI and UX. The product I am demonstrating today has been built completely as an example of Make in India, built within the premise of Prantya Solutions in Bhubaneswar. Okay, I would just like to pass on this product to the interested people. We have a very rich IP portfolio, because if you are a company in this sector in India and want to compete globally, patents, trademarks, copyrights of all kinds are necessary. And yet at the same time, we have the DNA of an academician. Okay, we both are academician turns entrepreneurs. So we always like to do research and publish them in scientific and medical journals. This product is what we call as ProFlow-U. It's the world's first miniaturized system to allow you to measure urine albumin and creatinine at point of care using a very, very simple workflow. Why kidney health? Okay, you would be astounded that a conservative estimate of global prevalence of kidney CKD, that is chronic kidney disease, is roughly 10% of population. To be very exact, 9.1% of the total population, as estimated by a 17-year study published by Lancet in 2022. Okay, if you talk to nephrologists in India, they would put the number at a much higher value. Somewhere around 13 to 17% of population in India has CKD. And CKD being a multi-stage disease, it has stage 1 to 5. You literally do not have any symptoms till you have reached stage 4 or stage 5. So you miss those early prognosis where if you would have been able to identify, you could have changed your therapy, you could have changed your lifestyle or taken some nephroprotective drugs and prevent yourself getting to the stage where you need dialysis for the rest of your life, or you would need an end stage, renal transplant. Who contributes to kidney disease? Diabetes, one of the primary contributors to kidney disease. Roughly 30% of people who have diabetes eventually transgress to diabetic nephropathy. See, cardiovascular disorders, hypertension, one of the leading causes of kidney disease. Apart from, these common things and, non-congenital CKD, you also have kidney disease known as CKDU, which is chronic kidney disease of unknown etiology. One of the hotspots of such disease is Chhattisgarh in India and Maharashtra. And of course, there are many other places which we do not know, because screening for kidney disease is not easy. Now, typically it would come to your mind, yes, serum creatinine test is available and serum creatinine test should be done. Interestingly, serum creatinine, while being a very important, primary factors of assessing kidney disease, it's a test that is done from the blood and needs a complex step of activities. So it is not very suitable to be done at point of care. On the other hand, albumin to creatinine ratio, which is urinary albumin to creatinine ratio, is done from urine. and you can get urine anywhere and everybody is happy to give you urine, so you can simply do. And any staging of chronic kidney disease is done primarily on these two factors, and the current prognosis or the current clinical practice says that if you could estimate UACR, you are in reasonable limits of accuracy of predicting CKD. And these are not my statements, these are statements coming from National Kidney Foundation, statements from KDIGO, which is the apex body internationally which formulates the policy for CKD prognosis. Oh, too many things. So I've already mentioned this, so what do you need? You need something where you could measure this parameter at point of care in an easy fashion, and that's what we have done with this product that's circulating on the table. We call it ProFlow-U. It's a handheld device. It comes with a 2-cartridge system, one for measuring albumin and one for measuring creatinine. Okay, you just add your urine to it and you get the results in 2 minutes, 30 seconds for albumin and 1.5 minutes for creatinine, and by far that's the fastest measurement available on the planet. Even your workhorses that are available in path labs take roughly about 45 minutes to do these two tests on the large, multi-lakh machines. Okay. So this is how it is. You have a device, you have 2 cartridges. Now this particular product is already protected through 3 granted patents in India, 1 PCT. The Indian patent for the PCT is already accepted, granted. We have a 33-month window period for filing our international patents. It has a trademark, and now roughly 3 publications have come out in medical journals that validate its performance and accuracy, against traditional methods. Now, as a technology differentiator, we have 2 spectrum. On one side, we have large clinical analyzers, okay, which are large machines in large path labs, not suitable for point of care deployment. On the other hand, you only have dipsticks. These are cards that you dip into the urine, and there is a color change that you are going to measure. Now, everybody knows for the last 30 years, dipsticks, though they are very suitable to be used at point of care, they are not accurate, they have a lot of interferences, and they have a lot of, non-reliability in their measurement accuracy. So if we need to have something at point of care, which is more accurate towards the clinical analyzers, yet offers all the benefits that a dipstick offers, that's what ProFlow-U is for you. We have 3 major consumer segments. Now the product is already approved by CDSCO. As I said, it already has granted patents. So we are already in business. In fact, 14th of August, we made our first commercial installation. So that was a great day for us. We have a lot of other installations happening now onwards. So we see interest from 3 major segments. One is the B2B, which is hospital, nursing homes, small facilities who cannot afford large clinical analyzers or want a solution where they can do UACR measurement instantaneously. And these segments contributes therapies of nephrology, diabetology, OB&G, and general medicine as well. So, and there's a huge segment of pediatric nephrology which benefits immensely by doing this measurement then and there. The other segment is the government. Okay, there are hardly any UACR measurement capabilities available in government hospitals, PHCs, CHCs, or any second. The only thing that is available is only in tertiary healthcare systems. So people have to travel or collect their urine and send the urine to the tier 1, tier 2 cities where the test is done. And by the time this entire turnaround time happens, a lot of protein is degraded, a lot of creatinine value is changed, so you never get a very reliable estimate of the UACR value. The third segment which we eventually would try to reach is position this product like a glucometer in everybody's hands who needs regular UACR measurement, people who are in stage 4 or stage 5 of kidney, or stage 3 where they do not want to progress to stage 4. Of course, in cases like pediatric nephropathy, where it's a short-lived disease of about a year, where the patient needs to regularly monitor their albumin levels to see that the therapy is working for them. The estimated market in India is roughly about 433 million consumers. We can multiply our value. We are offering this at a price point of about 250 rupees, to the channel margins. So that's a huge market. But as a startup, there's only so much that we can do. So we are trying to reach about a 25 million USD over the next 5 to 7 years time. If you look at the competitor profiler, there is only one product that exists as a strong head-on competitor, and that is Abbott Affinion, which does UACR. However, it has a base device cost of roughly about 1,80,000 rupees and a per test cost of about 300 rupees to the doctor. Okay, so therefore that was the price point we wanted to negotiate, and our business model is built to be competitive yet accurate enough as an Abbott Affinion. So if you see from the cost wise, this axis represents the base infrastructure cost that a clinic or a doctor has to incur to set up the facility, and this is the cost per test. And you would see ProFlow positions very nicely in terms of being better than dipsticks, being similar in price to dipsticks, yet provide better efficiency and accuracy in estimation of UACR. Of course, revenue streams, these are always razor blade or reverse razor blade model. So there is a one-time sale of the analyzer, and cartridges contribute to recurring revenues. The pricing strategy is, again, we have two kinds of strategies depending on the business channel we operate in. Either it's a penetration pricing with high recurring revenues, or where we have low recurring revenues, we go for more of a value-based pricing in those segments. Scalability is very high. The whole product is manufactured by us in our factory. So we operate with a very lean manufacturing model. Absolutely no inventory. As far as produced material is produced, we produce almost as per order. Again, these are very simple. As I said, we have a B2B segment, we have a B2G segment or B2I segment as institutions, and a D2C segment, which is the retail segment where we want to reach eventually. We have kind of roughly invested 5 crores in non-dilutive support, some through grant supports, as somewhere through our own internal revenues that we have generated over the last 9 years. We operated as a service provider to produce bespoke devices for other clinicians, and that gave us revenues, and all this money has been invested in taking ProFlow at this point of time. We are currently seeking roughly about 5 crores at a rough valuation of about 40 crore pre-money, and this is how we envision the split of the funds would go to. And I leave with this financial projections. We envision to make roughly about 5 CR in the coming financial year, growing approximately at 3 to 4x in the first few years, and of course then catching up with a very conventional rate. We also have a large pipeline of products based, because as I said, we are an R&D driven company with absolute know-how of how to manufacture a product and take it to the market. We have a pipeline of other products that are going to supplement and again utilize the same business channels and business models to enter the market, which would establish us as innovative next generation medical device diagnostic company in the market. With this, I thank you and I'll be open for questions.
Any questions? Would be requiring 3 sachets, right? For
Yes.
So 2 for albumin and 1 for
One for baseline correction. Because
baseline correction.
because urine comes with a lot of matrix effect. It's notorious sample in pathology. So for baseline correction, we require an addition.
Still, sensing is still the optical is the one which is going to be as signature optical, right?
Yeah. So here what we did was, typically albumin is detected using a immunoturbidity based method. Okay. Now immunoturbidity cannot go to point of care, obvious reasons. So our invention or our patents lie in the design of a nanosensor, which is very, very specific to detecting albumin in urine. Okay. And this nanosensor is temperature stable, room temperature stable. There is no aspect of induced stability concept. So perfectly suited for a harsh, varied Indian conditions for albumin measurement.
So you have a sorted facility for this sachet manufacturing?
Yeah, we have data. So what you see is the finished product. In fact, I have a couple of demos.
For the consumables?
Yeah, the consumables are there. My associate has the consumable thing in back. It's okay, I think.
So all of us you have made these cuvettes as a consumable?
Yes. So the cuvettes come with the pre-filled reagent.
Oh,
This
they do.
the pre-filled reagent is completely calibrated. So the only thing the user needs to do is open the cap, add the urine, put it into the machine. No incubation needed, no temperature required.
Very good.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Aseem. Fantastic. There are any